Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little sunflowers. How are you on this fine Thursday? Well, of course, everything with me today. I had a pretty good day. Of course, I had to go to the dentist. Who likes to go to the dentist? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Well, anyway, so baby crone, you had a wonderful day. I asked you earlier,
Yes, I
is
did.
there anything you want to add or take away?
Nope, other than it's been a pretty good day.
Well, that's good news. So with that being said, we hope that you had a wonderful day too. So as you know, we're going to get into what? What is it? Kardashians season 4, and this is episode 3. I keep thinking that this is episode 4. I don't know.
Speaking of which, if you have Hulu, I mean, that's the only way you're gonna watch the Kardashians.
Or Prime.
No, they're not on Prime. You can watch it on YouTube if it's in very poor
no,
quality.
It's poor quality.
But apparently on Hulu, episode 4 and 5 are already ready for release. That wasn't something they were doing before.
Where?
Hulu, where we watched the Kardashians.
Uh-huh.
Yes, apparently episode 4, which comes out next week, and episode 5, which comes out on the 26th of October, is already apparently edited and ready for the viewership, but they just have it locked until Thursday.
It means nothing to us, right?
No, but I just find it interesting that they
you know what it is? It is that Caitlyn.
Right.
That's over there in London and England over there and those parts in the UK talking out, telling everything. And I'm here and she's coming with evidence, proof to back up her story. The only person who I can give credit for this is April Butcher, who I am not surprised. And thank her so much for sharing what she has shared.
Yes.
I don't know what to say because I'm like Baby Crone. Why did you advertise it here if you're not going to play it here? What gives with that? That's got to mean something, don't you think?
Yes.
Maybe it'll come here later. Maybe this is a testing of the water to see how the Kardashians will do once this music hit the fan. I don't know.
Well, first off, in the Kardashians, starting off with the episode. Well, Khloe and Scott are hanging out this episode. That was their storyline. First, Khloe was
It's always good to see Scott.
Yes. Poor Scott, though, because he's gaining weight from this car accident, and he's saying that he's not being as mobile as he used to be.
Because of his lower back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then him and Khloe talked about their car accident, and Khloe was, because they both had 2 separate car accidents, and Khloe was like, during my experience, I went to physical therapy and it helped me, and Scott isn't doing that. So later in the episode, we see Khloe go with Scott to go see a physical therapist about getting his back treated.
I hope it works for him. I miss Scott. I know maybe, court don't want him around, but every now and then he's family. And I like being him around. He always spooks up the show. It's not really much. This was kind of like a boring episode, if you ask me. I mean, Kimberly, whenever it's on Kimberly, I'm not really interested. It's boring. I mean, she's the least interested on her videos. Yes. In real life, she's the most interesting because she's got to go here, do that, go travel to Milan, do all that. But watching it, I thought it was just like watching paint dry. Just watching. It was boring. And then she's taking up, she's starting to do it. I'm telling you, the show is not going to say, if they're going to be doing this, it's not going to work. Yes. It's not going to work. It's too long. I found myself getting sleepy. I was like, why? Why are you doing this? I'd rather see it on Scott. I'd rather see it on Scott and Courtney. I mean, Khloe. Scott and Khloe. I'd rather see it on Kylie, and even Kylie didn't even really show up other than for the birthday party.
Yes.
So what you make about the birthday party?
Yes, that's what I wanted to mention, speaking of the showing of who's on the season. I do find it very interesting that they are truly sticking to just the Kardashians, which is Khloe and Kim. Because this episode was all about Khloe and Kim. Last episode was pretty much about Khloe and Kim, because we never see the Jenners. I mean, we never see the Jenners except Kylie.
What about Khloe, Courtney?
Courtney popped up today.
Now, the thing is, what is alleged, I don't know. I've seen this on some blog that Courtney was tried to go, but they wanted to charge her out of her contract.
Yes.
And she refused to pay. However, tonight on the show, Kimberly said, well, we're sisters. Of course, we're going to forgive each other. And she made it sarcastic. However, she is correct. Courtney, I said what? She's not going nowhere.
Yep, you did say that.
No. She's too invested. And like I said, I was listening to Blue. I got a chance to go back and listen to her. And yeah, I do still admire her from her journalistic point of view. But I have to ask this one question.
Okay.
And that is, even though, could it be that he got over her? Could it be that Travis got over Kim during COVID?
Could have.
Do it mean that he had to be pining on her for all these years? I'm thinking he got over her.
That would be a great way to see it.
And only because it may have taken him to get kissed by the princess. He was Sleeping Beauty. It just took to be kissed by the princess. And once the princess kissed him, he was able to eat and digest the apple. You know?
Yes.
So, did you know apples have, people that have celiac disease, gluten. It's not gluten, it's some lactose, whatever it is. It's in milk. Did you know that apples have that in it? And so people that suffer with IBS or other kind of ailments, they can't eat apples because what's in that lactose is in apples, something like that. I just thought that was something interesting. But you understand what I was saying about, what was I talking about?
Talking about the siblings and how Travis could have been awakened once he got with Courtney and was able to get over his obsession.
And I think
with
he did. And for to say impossible, nothing's impossible. Nothing. And could it be jealous? It could be all the above. But I'm rooting for them. So I'm rooting for them. I really am. And it made me feel good to hear Kimberly say, we're sisters. Like, we're going to say mean things. And to hear Courtney say, yeah, we're going to say things, we're going to do things. But at the end, you send them something over. You know, hey, that's the way they sister. They, like I said, they play hard.
Yeah.
I don't play like that.
I mean, even their mom said that they'll get over it and find a way to. And it seems like they're slowly making the route to mending it.
And even if she wanted to leave, she's not leaving because of her contract.
Yes, that is true.
So there's not going to be no Travis. There's not. Nope. Contract.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what I found very interesting was that, let's get over the boring parts with Kim. So with Kim, we have Kim Mulan with Dolce & Gabbana. She's finally having her line launched for people to be able to buy. Mm-hmm. And
it's in stores.
Yes, it's in stores. And that was nice. She was enjoying it. She said that
Is these the outfits that she got from the wedding? I'm not sure. No, say I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. I definitely know that Kim was advertising, like you had like a picture of like Kim literally printed onto like a shirt.
Right.
So I think it was something inspired by Kim, but it could have had a bit of the...
I was just trying to figure what it was, but I mean they showed the dresses and all. I'm like, I don't recall them being in the fashion show, but were they? They could have been stuff that they didn't show. I don't know.
Right.
Good luck, Kim. Woo woo.
Yeah, but even Kim herself said that we would find her boring because she does entrepreneurship.
And I found her very boring.
Yes, and again, we were sitting here watching Kim talk about herself to the public. So it's kind of weird. It's like,
and there are people who love it, and there are people who don't love it.
Yes.
Right?
So another thing is that this was actually funny. Kim's latex pants had ripped, and all her Asian assistant found that hilarious.
I mean, she couldn't stop laughing over it.
She was laughing so hard, and Kim was so serious. And I'm like, Kim, this is the second time your literal big behind has ruined a dress or
Yep,
some
the
type of outfit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
That booty, that booty ooty that she have.
Yes. And what annoys me is that Kim knows what she's doing because she said that she shouldn't be wearing this kind of stuff to a business meeting. But
Why do you think she does it?
she said that she wants to be true to herself, and then your pants rip.
Well, there you have it. True
And
to
then you got
myself.
embarrassed because you're just like, oh my God, thank God my coat was big enough. I'd be so embarrassed. Okay, Kim.
It really wasn't a really much of going on in this episode, to be honest with you, honestly. I mean, Scott saw the chiropractor,
Yeah.
and I hope it helped him, but he's in some dire straits. At least that's what they want us to believe. So for the sake of argument and going with the Kardashians, I think something's wrong with his back. What else?
Yes, what I want to talk about is lastly is Chloe and Tristan because they were together in this episode, have a little talk with Amari apparently taking a nap right next to Tristan.
Who is Amari?
Amari is the disabled little brother.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so Chloe. She said that whenever she talks about Tristan's little brother, she always says we because her name are on the medical records and papers as well. And then
Interloper.
yes. So then she goes on to talk about how even though, okay, the reason why she's bonding to Amari is because she understands that maybe somewhere inside
Right,
he
because
could
of her
understand
helping with Lamar
in
yeah.
his situation when he was basically in the subconscious. And so that's just Chloe just being a helper mother hen, and I just see it in her. But then here we go. Chloe is very bitter because she said that she can't wait to be 40 so that way
I can understand that.
well, she said her 30s were so awful.
I understand that. I mean, that's how I felt when I was in my 20s. I was scared, but I was like,
Did it get better when you got in your 30s?
No, but it did get better when I got in my 40s. That is true.
Okay, well,
That is
Chloe,
true.
I hope it gets better for you.
I hope so too, Chloe. I do. I wish nothing but
she'll
the best.
lose it if it doesn't.
I wish nothing but the best.
Yes. And then lastly, we have Kris Jenner, who really, I think, loves the idea of Tristan and Chloe together. Because she said that once Tristan moves out, she's not sure if Chloe's going to change towards Tristan. And if she does, how's that going to affect the kids?
Well, first of all, I don't even know. Chloe was talking about 5 to 10 years. I don't know about that. You want him out, he's out, girl. The mouse away, the cat's away, the mouse will play. There's something to that effect. I don't know. But you don't want him, so what does it matter? And what does it mean when she say you are my person? Is that it?
Yes.
What does that mean, baby Crone?
Yes, baby Crone will pull up.
We pulled this up before.
Yes, we
because
did.
I don't know. She's using it like a vow.
Yes.
Like to hold them to something, but it doesn't mean that at all.
No,
so
it
we
does not.
pulled it up. What did you pull up? You're my person, right?
Yes.
So just for the sake of arguments, go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes. When a man says you're my person, it typically means that you hold a special and significant place in his life.
Oh, life,
in a
not
way of expressing a deep emotional connection and attachment to you, often indicating that you are someone he trusts, rely on,
That's true.
and feels close to. It can be a term of endearment and a way of conveying a strong bond or partnership.
It doesn't say anything about marriage or intimacy or nothing like that.
Not at all.
It says nothing like that. Just somebody who you very close to and trust.
Yes, and she's just like, if I'm your person, then why didn't you treat me like I was your person?
I'm going to tell you, let me get into this. The thing about it, guys, please listen. When Tristan met Chloe, Chloe had already been married to Lamar, and Chloe was she was in her late 20s. She's 7 years older than Tristan. So Tristan was what, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So she had to been, so if Christian, was he 22?
Oh, let me see if I
When
can
they
find it
met?
when they
I
started
gotta
dating.
find that because I think it is so unfair to rob someone out of their youth. He's a basketball player. So you've been married, you've been around already. And now that you want this young man to be, you get what you get for robbing the cradle.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for you. You're 7 years older. What does it say?
I'm not getting an exact answer, but they started dating in 2016.
And how old would he have been?
Let's see. Let me look up how old he is. He's
He's
30.
31 now. Is he 31? Yeah, I think he's 31. You could find out how old he is.
Wow, funny. They've been having an on and off again relationship for 7 years.
Really?
Yes.
So that goes to show. So go back because she's getting ready to go on 40.
Yes, he's 32 right now.
He's 32. So when
He would have been 25.
Come on. Just when he's starting to figure it out, just when he's getting it together, just at that point, here you come. That has been married
Yes,
for 32
you would have been
years.
32 at that
His
time.
age
Chloe.
that he is now. It's just unfair to me. And I feel as though you asked too much for a young man. He wasn't ready for you then. He needed to sow oats. And you trapped that man. That's how I felt. You trapped him with your love. You trapped him with maturity. And when you got him, he wasn't ready to receive it. And that's why you all had so much trouble. But now he's 32. He done been through the school of hard knocks. He's learning. It's because of you, but you don't trust him, Chloe. And now it's just silliness to me. It's silliness. All of it just doesn't make sense. In a sense, you're doing no more than what Scott and Chloe did. Scott and Courtney did, in my opinion.
Well, and lastly, I want to talk about how both Kim and Chris feel like Chloe should just basically leave her kids in America and go over to Milan and let loose and have fun.
That shows you how rich they are. That they have no care for her children. Just get up and go because your happiness is more than taking care of your children. You have somebody there to take it. That's how she treated that. I felt appalled by that. I felt like, let's look at this elitist. Go to Milan. Why you want to stay there and take care of your kids?
Yes.
You need, look, a mother, I got offended. A mother's job don't end. It's 7 days a week. They need to take a trip. Here, Kim is all the way in Milan, and her children are hanging up on her. They don't even want to talk. Saging the house.
Yes.
What do they know about saging out bad
Exactly.
mojo? This is ridiculous. And then you're going to frown on Chloe as well as Courtney because they taking care of they chose the important part, Kim.
Yes, they did.
You and your mother, y'all didn't give a job. I don't know why they had kids. At this point, I don't know. I mean, I know why she had something preserved to preserve her race, but all at the same time, why did you have kids? You're not even around for your kids, really. She's so busy. She doesn't have time for her kids, Her or Kanye.
Yes. Oh, and then before I forget, Corey Gamble did have a birthday party that was also themed around Dolce & Gabbana. I think that was just for Kim. And why wasn't Tristan's family there? Yeah.
Not Christian.
Not Tristan, Corey.
Cordy.
Yeah, why wasn't Corey
Corey,
Gamble's family there at his birthday party?
Right.
Yeah, and then that's when Kylie did a brief appearance on the show.
She looked good, and she said this is the happiest she ever been. So what I take out of that is I got that Travis Scott out my body. I got that thing out of me, and now I'm dealing with this man, and everything is so beautiful. She just seemed like her bubbly self again. She just seems back to being Kylie.
Yeah, that is
like
true.
white girl Kylie. Go ahead, Kylie. White girl Kylie girl. I wish you nothing but the best, I really do. But honestly, about that relationship, I don't see it.
Yeah. Oh.
I said it.
Was the rumor on the street that Kylie could be pregnant?
The rumor on the street is that she could be pregnant. If she is, I would not be surprised.
I mean, you said it. That's how she shows you love.
She show her love by getting, if she whipped that man for another year, she going to have a baby. Because there are some women that show you they love you by having your baby.
But then she's going to be mixing, if you think about it. Just because if she...
well, what else can she do? She's just going to have the Rainbow Coalition. She's just going to have children. I mean, she can afford it.
Yes,
she can afford it. But so can Josephine Baker. And Josephine Baker fell on hard times and lost her kids. It's a dancer. But anyway.
Yep, that was it for the Kardashians.
It really was not that interesting.
Yeah. Well, to talk about Kim and a little bit about the American Horror Story, I would just like to really say that I'm pretty sure I've highlighted this before, but I really don't know why Kim looks so youthful on the Kardashians, but then when you see her on American Horror Story, she really looks her age. It could be because she's all draped in black, but she wears black in real life. So I don't know what's different.
It's her makeup. I think they kind of like muted her. And the way that they did her lips, that she just looked artificial and porcelain in a way. And I think that the way that the lighting, they wanted to film her in that way, I think. Yeah, to age her a bit. And it's appropriate. You know. So.
And then also, just to say, when the antagonists were dressed in all this black mask costume, we got a reminiscent of Kanye. And also, we're noticing that they're really name dropping a lot of people. Andy Cohen, Anna Wintour,
Beyonce.
Yes. They're just name dropping every famous person that Kim just happens to get associated with.
I don't know why she's doing it, but there is a reason to it. You could believe that.
Yes. Oh, yes. Speaking of which, we heard that Beyonce may not...
Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Will not be having Kim or any of the Kardashians.
Yeah, she took them out. Even though they were there at the video.
Yes, Kim made sure we knew. She said, ask Beyonce, I have fun.
And she took them out. I think it's because of the way that Kylie and Timothy broadcast their relationship. That wasn't cool. But I think it had to do with something with that. And when she sees how Kim dropped her name and said, ask Beyonce, I was dropped. I had 2 cups of 2 Jell-O shots probably. And I danced the whole night away. She embellished. She's like her mother. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But other than that, is there anything else?
Nope, that was it for the Kardashians.
Yeah, that was it. It was kind of like a boring scene. And like I said, whenever Kim is in it, it's just not exciting to me. But it was kind of boring. And, but we gave you that recap, and that's all we had. We don't have really much commentary because there really wasn't much going on. But we wanted to tell you anyway. So I'm getting ready to go to bed before my eyeballs roll out my head and roll all the way to my room and go to sleep, because I have not have felt this sleepy that I'm like this, honestly. And I know what is doing it. It is the allergy medicine. And if you have allergies out there, please take care. This is mold season. This is asthma season. And really, this is really a bad time for people that suffer with allergies. So look at me. I'm like, but that's because I'm hanging in there. But I told Baby Crone there was no way I was going to go and sleep this off until after we did it. So I hope you really enjoyed it. I know we did. And so until next week, and we're going to be busy. So I'm going to have a couple of videos coming out tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have it done by the weekend. So with that being said, we're reaching now 1,000. And one of the things that I think I want to do, please let me know. I figured I can go live, and I would read everybody for 1 minute. You get a minute, 1 minute reading on everyone, and you can ask anything you want, provided that is deemed appropriate.
Yes.
I will not be doing anything on death, but if you want to talk about sickness or something like that, love, money, whatever, that bug gonna get you. So anything like that, because I've really been thinking about what could we do as we enter into our first 1,000, and I figured why not do that.
Yeah.
And we could go live. We have the computer. I don't have to go through the phone way anymore.
Yes.
And it'll be right there. So it'll be so much better. So I'm going to be advertising that for the next month or two about us doing this and going live. And I hope that you join us when we do and be a part of the celebration, the Crones meeting their first 1,000. Why? Because it's because of you. If it wasn't you, we wouldn't be here, and we thank you. It was a hard job. It was
Yes.
hard. But what wasn't hard is keeping with content. What I didn't know is you go through your moments when you're doing this. You go through your moments where it's a dry season. But then here comes somebody like Jada Pickett, done wrote a book. And then you're like, haven't you said enough? Why are you still talking? But she is, and that's just who she is. So we're going to just let you go. We just wanted to give you a little recap of what's going on in our world. And things are going to get better. We're going to get new cameras. Everything is going to get better. Okay? So with that being said, we hope you enjoyed our show. Please join us again next week and our other shows. And also, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, please YouTube me. No, not YouTube me. What it called? Email me. I'm available. I would like to get that on. I haven't really promoted it, but I think I'm ready to get started with it now. I think I'm ready. So with that being said, they will come.
Yes,
right?
they will.
So with that being said, again, have a lovely evening. Sleep well, eat well, and good night, my sunflowers. Mwah. Sunflowers.